Good morning, guys. Today's the 20th of August, and we have got to talk this morning. So, yesterday, I was kind of hanging out and I was watching some YouTube videos, and Wise came on. I don't know if you know who that is, guys, but he's got a channel. I've got it linked on my blog. But he came out yesterday and was exposing the red roof house that you're seeing right here. So, this is all over the internet and everywhere talking about this lone red roof house that survived. And he had dug in and seen who the owner was and things like that and done a presentation. So if you've not seen that yet, go ahead and check that out too. So I went ahead and ran the gematria on it, which is going to blow your mind because if you've been following, this community's type of work, Zach has covered a lot of the 127 with the Maui fires. I've done several videos on the Maui fires, and we are literally putting the pieces together of this sick ritual that they did. So if you are new here, I'm teaching gematria, which is just the practice of coding letters into numbers. So you're simply just going to take the letter A, make it a 1, the letter B, make it a 2, the letter C, and make it a 3, and then you're just going to reverse it and reduce it down. It's an ancient language brought to you by the Cabal. It's Babylonian, biblical, and these are biblical rituals that we're seeing because they're using that Bible as a playbook to bring forth that prophecy. These are satanic people. But guys, get the connection with this Dora chick, right? So the owner of this house right here, of course, her name's Dora, and her husband, I guess they're saying that they bought this house a while back and they just like the structure and the bones of it and they wanted to rebuild it. So Dora's house survived the Dora storm. Okay, so if that wasn't just, okay, maybe that's a coincidence, right? So y'all remember how the fire started on 8/8 and then they just headlined them on 8/9? We didn't hear anything about it on the 8th. They waited till the 9th to really headline it. If you write out this girl's full name, 89. But now let's just break down her name. Dora Atwater. So Dora Atwater Milliken. Milliken. Like, are you kidding me? This is her name. Dora Atwater Milliken. Almost like they're milking the public for all their money right now after they slammed people with Dora and throwed them out the water. The way that they use this language is just, it pisses me off so much, y'all. But look here. Her damn name equals 127, whether you use just her first and last name or if you use her whole name. Both of them are 127. But now it really gets freaky when you start looking at this chick and who she is. So we've been documenting this 127 with Maui because it has some very 9/11 features with it, okay? And there's a lot of the 127 that went along with 9/11. And if you don't know about that, I don't want to get into it right now. Like on 9/11, buildings 1, 2, and 7 fell. A lot of people only think 2 buildings fell that day. There was 3 that fell that day. There's a lot to it, okay? Go back and watch Zach's video from yesterday. He did a real great presentation of the 127. Because what I want to show you is kind of what Wise showed yesterday. When you go into this chick's, I'm going to show you right here. So this is her website. And this is her award-winning paintings right here. This girl, this is also tells about her. Look, Dora Milliken, U.S. Department of State, Art in Embassies. So, are you kidding me, right? Look at this bitch's pictures. It's all power lines, y'all. It's all power lines. Now, who the hell sits down and just paints power lines. And now you've got this big tragedy that's happening and they're blaming it on power lines. What the F is really going on right now, you know? Like we know that this was a do because we researched the Mountain Dew. We know that they released the Baja Blast and the Maui Burst, both in scripted rituals for Maui to burn and then for Baja California to be getting hit this week. So if you haven't seen the work that we've done on that, guys, we've got a ton of videos out. Learn gematria because this stuff is going to teach you so much stuff. And now you got this lone survivor of the red roof house painting freaking painting freaking power lines all the time. Are you kidding me? Like what? Oh my God, the mockery in this is just out of this world, man. It's just out of this world. And if you go down to her very last one, then it shows, let's see, I don't think it was on this one. I think it's when you go under her summer of 2023 collection. Let's see. So she's got a summer of 2023 collection. Look at this. So power lines, power lines, power lines, power lines, power lines. Just a few cows, throw it in there. But look at this one. Look at this one. Does that look like a power line? She's got this power pole going all the way up to the sky. She's got this one going all the way up to the sky. Here she's got them decked out like the way they're done, you know. You got this big controversy right now about these direct energy weapons and do. Like, here she is. So, the reason that the 127, I'll get into it just a little bit here. On July 12th, which is 127, the governor of Hawaii was in New York at the governor convention, and he was vowing to become the first green city. They were going to make sure that they reduce their carbon footprint, blah, 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 with this climate change, right? So he was up there on 127. Pearl Harbor happened on 127. Buildings 1, 2, and 7 fell in New York on 9/11. And now we've got this dude going to New York on 127 to talk about becoming a new green city. And now we have him comparing Hawaii to ground zero, which is 127. And now we have this chick in the headlines painting power lines, whose name, which is her first and last name, or her first name, middle name, last name, all equal in 127. The same number that Zach's been teaching about all week long. And now we have this power line painter. Oh, and she paints some watercolors too, you know. Like, you can't make this stupid shit up, y'all. Like, you cannot make it up. The media all week's been calling it blowtorch winds, which is 127. Like, these people are so damn sick, man. Here he is. We still don't want people going down to ground zero. This fire actually came 27 days after that meeting, or a span of 28. And look, you've got Rituals 27, Kill Maui is 28. So they did this. He went up there to New York and then comes back, and here we got this big ritual going on. And now we've got this Dora chick right there fitting in with that 127 and that 64. Those same things that we've been talking about. This governor, this governor is highly involved in this shit. We've already exposed him. But do you know, from the day he took office, which is December 5th, to the day of that meeting, 127, was 220 days. And then this fire happened on the 220th day of the year. So he had been in office for 220 days, and then the fire happened, and now they're calling it this red roofed house, and it happened on the 220th day of the year. And we can see how she fits right along in with that Maui pattern we've been seeing. But now what gets me is, you know how we had already exposed the governor before we've been putting these little pieces in there. These people are so damn sick. So the governor, you can see how he's born on February 11th. There's a whole thing with this governor, y'all. And let me see if I can scroll down here without killing y'all's eyes here for a second, just because I want you to see something. Sorry. Okay, so here's our governor. Look at this. So this is the day that he took office. That's the date numerology for it. And here's the day the fires happened and the date numerology for that. Just like how he was in office for 220 days when he went to speak at the meeting to talk about how much he was going to push his state to go towards that green energy. And then it burned down on the 220th day of the year. So he was in office for 220 days, spoke about green energy, and then the state burns down on 220 days. And if you look, he's actually born on February 11th, so he was the perfect puppet to put in there. And this fire was 187 days before his birthday. 187 is a homicide. This is the questions our media needs to be asking. This is the questions the American people need to be asking. Not even asking, demanding. Demanding. So they're going to compare this one to 9/11, and it's going to get washed under the rug just like 9/11 if we as a people do not start to stand up against this. And I keep asking people, when are you going to care? Is it going to be when your town is Maui? Is it going to be when your town is 9/11? Is that when you're going to care? Because this shit is going to keep happening until we cave to their agendas. They want the pew pews. They want the smart cities. They want complete surveillance control. It's not going to stop until we as a people stop it. But guys, I just wanted to show y'all Dora and how Dora's house got to survive the hurricane and the power lines. And she just so happened to be the painter of the power lines. Sick ass people, man. But guys, I'll catch you on the next one. Y'all have a good rest of your day.